Where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, they seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. Kept on looking
Well, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are in this wonderful world. We are back with Splasher 6 Flight Sim. And the lighting during the day is a little bit different on the old face cam down there. Kind of different from the nighttime when I usually stream. How is everybody? I see Angry One Horn checking in there earlier. Good day to you too, sir. Get my headphones on next. It's my next project here. Tight here. Get plugged in. Wondered why things sounded a little different. Turn the music down in my ears a little bit. Quite so loud. There we go. Welcome everybody to installment number 2 to my what I call Cadet Flight Training series, where we follow the flight training path and locations that my dad was at in his flight training path to be a bomber pilot in World War II. He was a B-17 pilot with the 100th Bomb Group in the 8th Air Force in England. And we are following and flying to each of the training locations at first, and each of the stops along the way that he made on his ferry flight over the North Atlantic with his crew, all the way to his base at Thorpe Abbott's 100th Bomb Group in England. So we're on the second leg of about a 13-part journey that will take us all across the western United States and then up through Canada and across to Iceland and Ireland and on the way to England eventually. So today we are at Mesa del Rey, KKIC. That is in King City, California, where Dad was in primary. I just have to look. I have the worst trouble remembering the names of the order of the flight training. Primary was King City. Basic, where we're flying to next, Basic was in Chico, California. So we were flying from King City, Mesa del Rey, to Chico, California, Chico Municipal. Today, about 222 miles. Be a short trip, but we're taking I've decided to fly in the Ryan Design Bureau A1R. And let's pop into the sim here. Hey, Foxtrot's in the house. Welcome. Doing some yard work, popping into time to time. And I'm hosting your stream also. Appreciate that, Flox. Thank you so much. I know Saturdays are busy for you, so I really appreciate you. Appreciate you stopping in for a minute. Let's click on the old fly button here. I have not tried the Ryan since the update, so we'll see how things look here. Yeah, I can't Foxtrot again. Jeez, you just can't lose that guy, can you? Of course. It's dead of night, even though I picked 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's get that adjusted. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna do a morning flight. and keep things clear skies for now. So we're at KKIC. Nope. KKIC. So many K's and so many C's. Chico is KCIC. So we're at Kilo, India, Charlie. Taking a quick look here at the AR1 Design Bureau, which I mainly chose because it's a Ryan-built aircraft. Just like the, same manufacturer as the Ryan PT-22s that Dad flew, which we have a few pictures of. That, I believe, is from King City. In his flying jumpsuit, gloves, and he looks like he has wingtips on. I wonder if he flew in that. He's got his tie and looks like his formal jacket on underneath almost. This is a buddy of his named Don McDougall, who I have no idea what happened to. I've got to do some research on some of these guys to see. A couple of them I do know. I remember Dad saying what happened to him, but don't remember this guy. So friends that he had during primary and basic, and that's a Ryan PT-22 behind him there. Another blurry shot here. So yes, here's Don McDougall and then his friend Art Lowry, who I know Dad always told me that he died in a P-39 crash. Don't know if it was during training or if it was in combat. I can't remember. And then the guy on the right, I don't remember. I think we see him in another photo, but he was at King City from approximately February through April of 1943. Another friend of his from King City days. And apparently it might be a picture that he got sent to him later on. Again, Don McDougall and Art Lowry. I have a subscription. If you guys, I don't know if you've ever heard of a website called Fold3. I think Ancestry.com actually owns it and runs it. But it's all dedicated to military access to military records. And we'll put a minimize on that and we'll get up in the air. But Fold3 is a website where you can search military records, those that are available for personnel. And I've gotten several what they're called MACR. I think it's called Missing Aircrew Reports. That for every downed aircraft, there was an MACR filed in World War II. And if you're lucky enough to know some serial numbers of the aircraft involved or serial numbers of the crew members who were involved in downed aircraft incidents, you can look up MACR reports. Some are available. The next thing we're going to do is just check some settings here, since the old sim is playing tricks on everybody. I'm going to go back to make sure that it hasn't put my assistance options back to easy. So it looks like everything else is the way I had it set last time. Some custom items. Good, good. That's good to see. Let's make sure general options. Haven't played any tricks on us. I'm still in DX11. I don't have any desire to go to DX12 yet. Sounds like it's not worth it anyway. So let's see. Data. I've been running with data turned off. So photogrammetry's on, everything else is on. Looks like we're okay. The other thing I need to do, the other thing that's been a little bit of a hiccup, and it's been before the update, is my silly controller does not get recognized. I'm going to go to default on the controller and see if that wakes this thing up. It's just like it's non-functional. So let's jump outside. See if we, let's see. Yep, good. Left is left, right is right, forward and back. We're good to go. Yeah, many times lately I have, oh, that's interesting. Push the N key again. And I got that view. Nice. Okay. Insert. That's where we were at. Ah, server. Angry. Thank you so much. I changed servers earlier and I pulled a Phlox here. Sorry. We need to be on West. Yep. On West. Here we go. Sorry about that. You're probably wondering where the heck I was. West USA. Thank you kindly. Let it fill in here. After Phlox's stream this morning. Hey, Viper, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. After Phlox's stream this morning, I went and flew with Kwart at St. Louis. I was going to escort him in the P-51. He's doing a DC-6 flight, so I thought that he was typing that in chat, and I was having all kinds of trouble with not being able to see him. In his not only the whole plane was disappearing, but there's Rhodey. Now we're showing up. There we go. But yeah, not only his name tag was disappearing, coming and going, but the whole plane would disappear. I tried about 3 or 4 times to find him. Finally found him once in the air, and then I get close to him. I did a flyby. He was doing a flight from St. Louis to somewhere. I can't remember. But I do a flyby or try to get in formation with him, and he'd disappear. The whole plane would disappear. So nice to know Asobo was working on that one real hard. Oops, was that a little sarcasm that slipped out there? Sorry about that, folks. Back in the cockpit here, make sure throttle and everything works. Now, I am also on flight events. If anybody else is and wants to fly along. Let's see. That's not flight events. Should be connected. Yep. And then over here. And there I am. Lima 087DZ at King City. Would you look at that? I'll be darned. That works. All right. Let's see. I think this one only has mixture. And I don't think Spark is hooked up to anything yet. It's not work. That does not work at all. If I remember right. Though it does move in the sim. I've never used that yet. Fuel should be already there. That's off. Yep. Okay. Main. Yep. Okay, we're on main. Okay. Let's get our fuel loaded up here. We'll go to 75% roughly just to make sure that we're close. And let's get our throttle cracked. Mixture forward. Get our batteries turned on. Lights on. Taxi, nav, and strobe. And fire the old girl up. Should. We're still not there yet. Okay. Yeah. Maybe the spark needs to be advanced. Let's do that. Never had to do that before. Okay. Maybe since I changed the fuel, that needs to be changed. Come on. That's the only other thing I changed. That must have been it. Brakes on. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if the spark lever actually does anything. If I remember right. Angry One Horn is in the air already. I'm going to check my course once we get going here. We're going to need to be on about a heading of about 336. Just for your reference here. So we're going to take off and swing around to the left. So let's get things going here. Let's throw out some, say, heading back outside. We'll try to pop in later. No problem, Phlox. Appreciate you stopping in for a minute or two. Holding north, waiting. Gotcha. I'm going to throw out some emotes and then get rolling. Appreciate you tagging along, Angry. I'll be up in the air shortly. Those going. Release the brakes and roll on out. There we go. Haven't flown this one for a while, but it's like a basic trail dragger. There we go. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, girl. There we go. There we go. She's not very fast. I think she's 100 knots, and that's about it. So I'm going to pull around here to about 330 degrees. We're going to have to come up to about 4,000 feet. I don't think this is a fixed prop. Variable speed prop, so it'd be about 4,000 feet. Back off extra just a little bit. When Angry says fly into VOR so I can stay out of airspaces. No problem. No problem. I am just kind of, I've got little nav map up here, so this is going to be a hand flight. Oh, yeah. More to the left, so this is just going to be kind of just flying in the general direction kind of thing. Oh, yeah. I was at 30 degrees, not 330. Flasher, way to navigate. I know I'm going to need to be up about 5,000 feet. So 330. 300. That's more like it. I see you off there. Angry in the 172. Still climbing at about 1,000 feet a minute. Try to keep the needle in between 300 and 330, and I think that's going to get us pretty close. Maybe a little bit further to the right. Let's see, I'm going to turn off the tracking. Zero in a little bit more on where I'm at. Oh, popping all over the place. There we go. All right. Fly the plane. Let's trim this out for the climb. Working on practicing for my IRL flights. Yeah, no problem. Which is awesome. Hope that second flight went well. Aprolologist out there, ED89 out there. Got a lot in front of us. And of course, who could forget Major Dickhead? Just love some of these tags, name tags sometimes. Let's see. Passing 4,000 here in a minute. I think 4,000 looks like it should be enough. correct a little bit to the right. Come back off of the manifold pressure a little bit. Level ourselves out that way. This is a great little plane. It kind of gets forgotten a little bit. Yes, yeah. Major Richard. You mean he's probably Xbox. I would put money on that. There we go. Just point it down a little bit, and we could zero in on about 100 knots. And keep ourselves somewhere around the 330 mark. Check the map. Yeah, probably a little bit more to the right. Oh, no. Don't do that. Let's not fill the page with... All right, let's make sure we have the sim up. It sure would be nice to have a stream deck. I think that might be the next thing on my list. Let's see. How are we doing? Nice level. Bad. I think I might send a letter to Santa and see if he can find me a stream deck for Christmas. Another toy to play with, but what I would like it for is for the little buttons that are on the sources buttons on OBS in the sources column. That's the biggest thing that I would use it for, is so that I can have a touch button like for my webcam, my face webcam, turn it on and off, and for my microphone to mute it. Of course, I get it linked to a keybind on my keyboard, so this she moves along pretty good, 110 knots or so. Not too bad. The Air Station Brooks Field. Wonder where that's at. Do not know. Drift off course here while I'm doing this. Guarantee it. Yep, of course. Yep. Back over to 3.3. At least we're staying level. That's a good one. Cap 10 Chaos. That's another good one. Looks like I lost Angry here for a minute. And while I'm thinking of it, viewers out there who don't know about Angry One Horn, definitely go check out his streams. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth a look. He is currently... Oh, yeah, you are hosting me at the moment. Thank you for reminding me. That is the... That takes care of the link. I'll get Phlox in there then. Foxtrot. Definitely check out his streams. Let's see how far I've drifted off course here. Oh yeah, long ways. Back over here. Oh, did that again. On it. I gotta find a point on the horizon and make sure I keep it zeroed in. Oh, there's Angry down to my right and down low. So let's see, correct a little bit. Head north. Wander back onto the flight plan. That'll get us back over there. So, in sharing some other photos of Dad's, don't have too many. Anger says, weaving through the terrain. Awesome. Here's another picture of his buddies, Don and Art. 1943, King City. You can almost see the serial number of this PT-22 that they're sitting in. There's Dad up in the front seat. His buddy Don. I think this was a repeat. Previous photo, and I think another repeat. And another repeat. There we go. Here's a new one. Some other buddies from King City. Lowry, that's probably Art Lowry. He's a real tall guy. Williams, Lawler, Lomer. Don't know any first names. Doggone it. Where these guys ended up. There's Dad. Come back to that. Make sure we check my course here. Correct back over to 330. Far off we are again. Not bad. We could still stay on a north heading. How are we? About 4,800 feet? We should be good. Nice. It looks good from up here too, buddy. It's really good. Uh-oh. What was that? Oh no, we got a major hiccup. Oh, come on. Come on. Find yourself. Come on, hon. Don't do this. Oh, I just did a downward look. Oh, Lordy. That was scary for a minute. I don't know if that came through on the sim or on the stream, but I just flipped my hat for a look down onto the train and major hiccup. You did? Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't sure where we were going there for a minute. Knock on wood, I have not had a CTD yet. Mm-hmm. That of which we shall not speak. Yes. And I just spoke it. Ah, do that every time. I don't have very many stories that Dad told from primary training, other than just primary was becoming familiar with the principles of flight. Um, very similar to probably what you're going through, Angry. Just basic controls familiarization. Takeoffs and landings, solos. Actually, I have his, let's make sure we're not drifting too much. Approaching 5,000 feet. Angus says I had one in the L39. Hadn't had one in a while. I haven't either. On wood. I was, I'm going to reach back here and find my dad's logbook that I have a copy of. So hang tight just a second. Going to get that out earlier. Do that. I've got a copy of his pilot logbook, and find out. Solo day. Day that was. Actually, this is interesting. Inside front cover reads his name and serial number up above, and says pilot's flight log developed for Mesa del Rey. So he got this at King City, and let's see, wanting to drift to the right. On. Stay around 5,000 feet. I'll be all right. So let's see what day his first flight was. First flight. And they have to say they have a column for the date. February 9th of 43. An Orion PT-22. Angry says, VOR, I'm headed towards, keeps me clear of Sacramento airspace. Gotcha. That's all right. Column for make and model, Ryan PT22. This is February 9th. License number, U.S. Army. Engine, Kinnan? I just died. Why did I just die? I lost everything. Why did I just lose everything? I just lost everything. I've got no control E. Oh, center tank empty. That's why. Ran out on the center tank already? Well, okay. All right. What's going on with that? I have not had that happen before. Yep, pitch for best glide and speed and find a landing spot. I should have just done that. Still can, I suppose. Well, that was. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm trying to figure out tank setting. Clean her out a bit. Could have swapped tanks. Yeah. No, if this thing has a cylinder head temperature. There we go in the middle. Okay. Sure. Reasonably on course. Okay. Temperatures, fuel, oil. All right, I'm back to probably about 50% on the mixture lever. Let's see how that pans out. All right. So setting my view. Yeah, because I forget how the tanks work on this. I've never really played out with the tanks. Oh, center tank has only 2.5 gallons. Well, which one's the center 2 then? Hang on a second. I had it on. Oh, no. That's off. Oh, it died again because I turned it off. Center 1 is reserve. I'm having a hard time getting my view down there on that. There's main on. That's reserve. Okay. So that's main. The pointer is up for main. That should be on main. We try to duplicate. All right, I should be on main right now. Let's see if that starts drinking it down a little bit. All right, where are we at here? How far off? We're 4,000 feet. We should be still okay. And 33. Should be still all right. Okay. See how far off we've drifted. Actually, not too bad. All right, good. Good. Oh, yeah. So your CFI is taking you through a stall already? Yep. Good to know. I'm gonna duplicate the stall we did on my last flight. Rolf monster. Buried skate. There we go. I'm guessing it's going to behave a lot different in the sim than it did in real life. But you never know. Let's get up to 4,000 here. Almost the same. Sim rolled a bit to the left, though. Ah, interesting. Good to know it was fairly close anyway. For some reason, I have lost you. Lost your name tag, unless you're buried up in this group up here. It tried to spin on you. Oh, interesting. Oh, drifting off a little bit. We need to go more to the right. Let's take more of that northerly heading that we were doing earlier. Okay. Buried skate. what it looks like now. So center 2 must be my main. We're at 83%. Keep an eye on that. We got to 31 knots before it nosed over hard in real life. Probably got below 40. I got below 40 probably about 35 in the sim. Well, in the ballpark. It's not too bad. You get the similar shake or shudder to know that you're different conditions. Yeah, different conditions probably. Does it let you know pretty good in the sim that it's about to you're heavier? It does. Good. But you're heavier in the sim, more fuel. Gotcha. That might be your difference in ball speeds. Definitely. Different altitude. Yeah. Looking around, I don't know where you are. Let's see. The sim kind of lost track of you. You're at 8,500 when you did it in real life. You're 4,000 now. Yeah. Yep. Let's move up here a little bit. We're getting back right onto the magenta line. So let's jump in and alter ourselves a little bit more towards 3,300. Airport IRL was 4,000 elevation. Yeah. Yep. So you want to have that altitude cushion. There's about 33. But it trims like he taught me. Nice. That's good to know. All the X11 people who want to criticize MSFS about how the planes fly. I don't know. I haven't flown X11 though, so these things fly close enough for my skill level. California Central Valley off to our right. Pretty much hands-free, minor direction changes, corrections, no AP. Yeah. Yeah. What I've always heard is that the 172 kind of flies itself. You get it trimmed out right. feet, flying level. Learned last flight, it wants to be airborne. Yeah, yeah. Now on takeoff, do you trim a little bit for nose up or nose down, or you just keep it neutral on takeoff in real life? Neutral. 55. She just wants to climb. Gotcha. Gotcha. There's Angry. Hopping back in. I'm going to do a little. That's no wind anyway. Gotcha. So I'm going to do a little trickery with my name tags here. Take them away. A little screenshot. There. And hope that they come back. Which I think they will eventually. Takes a while. I've got that add-on that you hit the backspace button and it takes away all the name tags. I'm going to post a YouTube link in your Discord of me flying my RCGB R3. Oh, cool. I remember you telling me about that a few weeks back. Excuse me. Pretty good track right now. See that big lake off to our right was San Luis Reservoir State Recreational Area. See what the fuel situation looks like here. Yeah, okay, so the center one's dropping now. It was 82. So we're good on the right tank. Correct tank, that is. Good. I haven't thought about live weather yet. Are you in live weather, Angry? Give it a test. Give it a test, and then if it doesn't look good, we'll switch to a few clouds. Yeah, I figured. I figured. There it perks up a little bit. Climbing. Clear skies. What kind of wind factor we have here? 9 knot. 9 knot headwind. All right. All right, we'll fly with that for a while. We'll fly with that for a little while. It's clear everywhere. Nice day to fly. So here's some of the other pictures Dad has. I don't know if we've scrolled all the way through these yet or not. There's a color photo of a Ryan PT-22. Two-seater, trainer, radial engine, pea shooter, monoplane, I know the other thing I was going to look at. There's the cockpit. Very, well, close, not too far from what I'm flying now. Fuel valves on the left on that one. What I was going to look at next when he soloed. Started first flight. Let's see, we got back to first flight was 35 minutes. King City, local, and remarks and certification were for this whole first page were aviation cadet. Aviation cadet. So all the way down to the bottom of the first page was the bottom of the first page is the 27th of February. And that day is his first solo. February 27th, 45 minutes. He has 45 minutes of solo. That's his first solo date. So he had instruction, two-seat instruction from the 9th to the 27th. He got to solo. And that goes to the next page then. These are all on my wide format. Come on, let's get back on course here. What do we look like? Yeah, we're probably drifting. Probably drifting into the wind. So after that, the month of March was solo the whole time. He had 2 hours and 15 minutes on March 18th. All in the Ryan PT-22 and all local King City. So 9 hours. 9 hours of flight time in March. And $20 hours in April. No, the rest of March. March 19th through April 2nd was 20 hours and 45 minutes. All in the Ryan PT-22 and all King City local. He was there at least until April 2nd. Seems like all over the place here. We're still at about 4,000 feet. 100 knots. Drifting off a little bit. Yeah, left a bit more. Back to 33. Try to keep our nose with that hill to the right of our nose. Drop our engine a little bit. Drop our RPMs a little bit. Our nose down, more level. There we go. There. Angry, still off to the right there, or left there. As we pass over, I don't know what this mountain range is called between the Central Valley and just San Jose off to our left over there. We're going to be passing by Stockton, where we're going to eventually end up after Chico. Keep that little hill there off to the right of our nose. Bit of a bumpy ride here as we're over the hills and valleys. Once we get into the Central Valley more around Stockton and that area, we'll come down a couple thousand feet, get closer to the ground. Just kind of putt-putting along. U.S. Army Air Station Brooks Field. That's got to be someplace recognizable. Snuggy stroking. Okie doke. Quickest blue cat. Keeping this hill right here off to the right of our nose. That should be keeping us on a pretty good track. Yep. And we'll have Manteca and Stockton off to our right as we get into the valley. Anybody following us? Nope. Just the sun. have any more pictures in my arsenal here. Oh, looks like I'm at the end. Go backwards now. Gosh, if you look at the coloring on this PT-22 with the yellow wings and the the pepperoni red in the middle of the star, this is just like, except for the blue body. I got a follow from Phillipson 272. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Splasher 6 Flight Sim. For a little station identification, we're flying a multi-leg path that of all the locations that my dad was based at in World War II for his bomber pilot training. We started last week in Santa Ana, California, where he had pre-flight training. Santa Ana Army Air Base. And we flew to King City, California, where he had primary training, flight training. And today we're flying from King City to his next stop in Chico, California. And all of this began for him the week of November 10th, 1942. So 79 years ago, a couple of weeks ago. So I decided to make a series of flight plans that will fly from each of the training air bases that he trained at in World War II. So after Chico, we fly down to Stockton, California, where his advanced flight training was. And along the way, I have photos to share and stories to tell that he related to me. And eventually, we'll make our way to several other locations across the western United States. And then he gets his crew assignment at Salt Lake City, and then he does B-17 crew training in Pyote, Texas, and then they go to Kearney, Nebraska, where they get assigned a B-17 to fly over the North Atlantic ferry route. So we'll hit all those stops along the way. And I have plans for period correct liveries for the different planes for the different distances all along the way, which will be surprises as we follow along. But definitely, thanks for hitting that follow button, Phillipson 272. And if anybody else is out there, definitely, if you want to follow along, smash that follow button. We're going to be doing this every week on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central and 1800 Zulu. I think I got that right. I'm always off on my Zulu time. Might be 1600. Let's make sure we're still fairly on course. Not too bad. So Phillipson, if you're out there, chime in and chat. Let me know you're there. And if you're in the sim, definitely come join, fly along. We are not quite halfway there. We're headed to Chico, California, and there are going to be several airports ahead of us to spawn into and join along. Right now I have Angry One Horn off to my left there, flying along with me. He's flying VORs for practice training for his, he's on his way to getting his PPL, private pilot's license. So he's doing some VOR to VOR flying today, whilst he stays in view. And we are into the California Central Valley, approaching Stockton, California, coming up here. Not too far away. Got an airport like almost in front of us here. KTCY Kilo. Boy, I gotta brush up on my alphabet, my phonetic alphabet. Anyway, Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee. Just tuned to Livermore NDB for fun. Awesome. Angry checking in with the navigational practice. Ah, there's Phillipson, 272. Welcome. Thanks for jumping in chat. You can see it on your little nav map. For Livermore. There's Livermore. Livermore is Kilo Lima Victor Kilo. Livermore, California. I am not, Phillipson. I'm not doing live ATC. Nope. This is just strictly a VFR flight. Now, Angry, he might be following along in chat. He might be doing ATC, but I'm not sure. I think he's just doing navigational skills right now. He's off to my left here over at Livermore. But no, I haven't ventured into the world of ATC yet. So thank you. That's the Ryan. What number was that? It's available. I think it's a payware. Can't remember if it's payware or free. Angry says he's making announcements, but just not on the network. Gotcha. Yes, it's a Ryan aircraft. I can't think of the number on it right now. Save myself. I should. It's a sweet flying plane. It's an experimental from the 30s. Darn if I can't think of the name of it right now. Trying to think if it's on flightsim.to. The flight sim, MSFS 2020. I love this. Yeah. Now, preface um, that I haven't been in the flight sim world for about 15 years. My last one I flew was the Discovery of Flight 2004 Microsoft Flight Sim. But this is fantastic. I mean, it's a real world. Um, we I love it. It's a VFR flight sim, um, and it's a flight sim designed for general aviation. Um, there are um, jets and airliners, um, but I would say they are not study level for sure. And because of the use of Bing Maps and mapping terrain, this is a flight sim to be enjoyed, most enjoyed below 5,000 feet, I'd say, because you get this kind of detail. You know, if you get 500 feet and below, um, the houses and buildings are not specific. Sometimes they're generic, unless you have specialty um, add-on scenery. But it's fantastic, and you know, I'm not a licensed pilot. Black Widow crawling down my wall right now in your house. Oh, I'm out. Yeah, that would be a major pause in the stream for me. But I love the sim. It's awesome. If you're into flight sims, it probably works best, you know, with a yoke and a throttle quadrant and rudder pedals. It's not the kind of thing you'd want to fly on the keyboard, definitely. If you're just getting into flight simming, you definitely want to invest either a stick, uh, inexpensive throttle quadrant, and a set of rudder pedals. I think while we're at it here, we don't need to be at 4,000 feet, so I'm going to come down to 2,500 or so. Get a better view. Do some rolls. Oh yeah, this will do it. Yeah, this is aerobatic. This is aerobatic. Go. Not textbook, but you don't want to be upside down for very long in this. Here we'll do one to the right. It'll handle it. I don't think this one will do necessarily do a. It won't do a loop. I've tried doing a loop on this. It won't take a loop, but it'll do barrel rolls. And you know, I mean, this is a 1930s design airplane, so I am. Let's see, passing through 2,000. We're about 2,500 feet. So we lost some altitudes, what we wanted to do anyway. So down a little bit more. Make sure we're still on our flight path. Yeah, just to the left a little bit. Now this pop-up map that I'm bringing up is called Little Nav Map, and it's available as a free download. Lets you create your own flight plans that you can load into the sim. Let's see, 3,000 feet. I want to come down to about 2,500. So we're a little bit closer to the ground. This is kind of the flat farmland, but still, I mean, you get the sim in the right light, and my goodness, it looks so good. I had been out of gaming and simming before MSFS. I had not been into gaming and simming for probably 15 years. I built my desktop computer last fall. In fact, I'm coming up on about a 1-year anniversary for the inauguration of it. Summer of 2020, I saw some advertisements for the new Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 coming out. I was very impressed by it. And, in the middle of COVID, in the middle of lockdown, not much to do. So I started planning. Captain Seppi is in the house. Welcome, sir. How we doing today? Welcome to my cadet flight training series. This is the second leg of a 13-part series I'm doing that follows my dad's bomber flight training path in World War II. So welcome, Captain. How are we doing today? Part of my earbud came off. Now I have an FO and a foreign object in the cockpit from that barrel roll I just did. More than likely. I know all the change just fell out of the cockpit. All the gum wrappers. So I've put together this flight series. Today we're flying from King City, California. Going after the Black Widow. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. We're flying from King City, California to, I'm going to reset my view here, to Chico, California. Dad did his primary training in King City. And I've got some pictures here, a series of photos. He trained in the PT-22, and there he is. Of course, the photo is marked wrong, but this is a Ryan PT-22 in Chico, California, in February of 1943. This marks the 79th anniversary of him starting his training on week of November 10th of 42. And there's some of the buddies he was stationed with in King City in February of 43. There's him and one of his friends, and sitting in a PT-22. One of his buddies. Some of these are repeat photos. I think I've got duplicates in here for some reason. Another one. And there. Another one here of him standing. There we go. There's him in his jumpsuit. and a picture from Wrigley Field, 1943, probably on leave. Um, he was from Southwest Iowa, so a train ride into Chicago was. They lived right on the Burlington route, so he could pick up a train ride real easily into Chicago. Go see a Cubs game, go see a White Sox game. So let's see how far I've drifted off path here. Oh yeah, we're way off. Left turn. Oh yeah. We need to get back on about a 330 heading. And we're also needing to climb a little bit higher. Let's get trimmed. A little bit of a climb. Come on. Nose up, hon. So yeah, definitely. There's my Discord. If anybody's following along, hit the follow button. I'm doing this series every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central. And that would be 1800 Zulu, I believe. So you see the link there in chat for my Discord. That'll keep you posted on any updates. And definitely follow along. There, we're getting back to course. I think I'm losing. Feels like I'm losing. Richen up the mixture a little bit. So we're down a little bit lower. So a bit more power. Fuel. Yep, still doing good. Okay on fuel. I have jets in the simulator. I have some in my hangar, but I have not flown one recently for Phillips and 272 there. I hear that the FA-18 that just came out is not really study level, but it's okay. That would be a good jet to start out with if you got the most recent update to the sim if you're flying in the sim. All right, let's keep ourselves around 2,000 feet here. The other link I have there is that 100thbg.com. It's for the 100th Bomb Group, World War II bomb group with the 8th Air Force that my dad flew with. They have a wonderful website if you're interested in World War II aviation, bomber group aviation. They have thousands of original photos from the time period that have been contributed by the vets and their families. And it is a wonderful resource. I would definitely urge you, if you have the time to definitely check out their website. All right, let's try to get ourselves ironed out here so we can be hands off better. Come on. Bring ourselves back down to 2,000 or 20 inches on the manifold. Okay, now we can start. Correcting to the right a little bit. We're headed up to Chico, California. Under Wolf and Major Richard. Not seeing Angry One Horn yet. I think he might be off on a spider hunt. Hopefully you're able to find that sucker and take care of him. All right, so let's stay on a 330 heading here. Nose down a little bit. Stay around 2,700 feet. It's our wind and weather factor done to us here. Like we're getting tossed around a bit. Oh, that's not what I wanted to look at. $20 knot. No wonder. Yeah, our 9 knot headwind turned into a 20 knot headwind. No wonder I'm drifting around a little bit. Weather, and I think we're going to go back to non-live skies, but we're going to go to a few clouds. That. There we go. Back to Phillipson's question about the jets. There are a couple of really good payware jets available. One is an MB 339, and then another one that just got introduced is a Hawk. I don't remember the numbers on it. Uh-oh, can't find it. Oh, boy. I get them in my house, too. They're pesky little suckers. They can move. And then it's like, it seems like they appear out of nowhere. I'll be looking in one spot. Or your earbud piece. Oh no. Yeah, the Hawk is really good. I think it's about $30 or $40 in a sim, but it's well worth it. So we are over the California Central Valley. Back on course a little bit better now. Rio Vista off to the left there. And Stockton behind us. Lodi off to our right. Galt, California up ahead a little bit. Elk Grove up ahead. And Sacramento a little bit further. As Angry was saying earlier, I think he was wanting to stay out of the Sacramento airspace. Our wireless needs charged, so now using my old ones. Yeah. My headsets are wireless also, and they have a boom microphone that's detachable. But when I first started streaming, I was having all kinds of interference problems. And I was getting a screeching feedback sound, and it was awful. I don't know what the issue was, but I went to a boom microphone, just a cheap Tonar brand microphone. Bought a boom that was, I don't know, $15 for the boom. I think the microphone was $30 or $35, and went to a corded attachment for my headset. I have earbuds to listen to Twitch and my stream when I stream, and headset has the sim sound on it. Okay. Yeah, I catch everything through my headset. So and like when I am if I want to test or listen to what the stream is sounding like, I've got my laptop off to the right here, and I can listen to it. I can pull the stream up and listen to it, and check my levels. That's kind of how I check my levels. Let's barometer check. I don't know if it's going to affect my altimeter. Sometimes I have an earbud from one stream in one ear, a different stream with a different earbud in the other ear, and then I have my sim in the headset. Wow, that's a lot going on. Yeah, what I'll do usually is if I'm flying along with Flocks and I'm on Discord, on the Discord audio, I will I'll mute. I'll put my flight sim on my main monitor ahead of me here, and then on my secondary monitor, which is just a 24-inch, I'll put the stream on it, but I'll mute his stream because of the delay, and then I'll pull up Discord on this screen. Why? Can't seem to level out here. I'll pull up Discord on this screen, and then turn up Discord and talk to them through Discord while the stream is muted. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you got a nice rig. I saw that picture you posted the other day of your rig. I I took some pictures early on. I'll have to post them back in my Discord of my setup. Right now, it's a mess. I would not want to take a picture of it. Oh, and then sometimes a third stream on the cell. Wow. A little more to the right. Correct a little bit. There are. There sure are. This is what I love about the flight sim community is they're very supportive, very helpful. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. I I, I can't think of. I mean, I've only been doing this for a year, so I'm a relative noob. Um, and I can't think of any uh, case of any negativity or, um, arguing or fighting that's ever gone on. Everybody's just real helpful, and because we're all fighting the same fight, I guess. I don't know if I want to put it that way, but sometimes we're fighting this sim, you know, and you want everybody else to be successful too. So I gotta say though, this last round has been pretty good with this last download. I thought as much as they are trying to pull off, Microsoft that is, with this latest thing. I agree. Yeah, Angry says, I've noticed that some get a little more famous and tend to overlook people's chat that aren't in their clique. I agree. I agree. And I'm seeing that happening right now. And um, though those are the ones that don't get my subscription anymore. Honestly, um, I had to a couple of months ago. I had like 14 flight simmers that I was subscribed to, and it was adding up to almost $100 a month. And I was like, oh, shock. It's like even when you're an avid sub, yep, I know. Kind of get lost in the fray. And so I pulled back quite a bit on my subs about a month or two ago. I have about I don't know, 6 or 7 now. Captain Seppi. You got me. You got me. I seem to be losing. I don't know if I'm in a climb too much, but I'm not seeming to be. I'm gonna up my manifold pressure a little bit. Always appreciate your content, Captain Seppi. Definitely follow you when I can. Very frustrating when they read a few before yours and then a few after on multiple occasions. Yeah. You get so much reeling off at one time. I know that probably is hard to follow, but I know that, that has happened to me a few times too. See how we're doing on the course here. Drifting off a little bit. Stay around. Stay away from Sacramento a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Even after you highlight. I agree. Captain Seppi says, I've been guilty of doing this. I find it hard to keep up with the motion sim and the monitor being so far away. Sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses. Okay, sorry. Squirrel. But I try to go back, and I appreciate when my chatters repeat themselves or tell me I missed something. Yeah, Mark 362. I should be on the West USA server. West USA. I know I started out the stream thinking I was on West and was not. But we're on West USA server, and we're in the Sacramento, California area. Mart, if you haven't smashed that follow button, definitely do. Definitely, if you like what you're seeing, what we're doing here is I'm following the training path of my father in World War II on his flight training bases that he was at in the western U.S. We were flying from King City, California to Chico, California at the moment. And the flight is from King City to Chico, California, where he had his primary flight training. Nope, I always get this wrong. I think I figured this out by now. Primary was in King City. Basic was in Chico. Captain Seppi, and he says I need a goof mod. I'm my own mod. I've been called a goof sometimes. So I wear two hats. So what we're doing is following going to all the training sites that he was at, and looking at a few pictures along the way. That's not the pictures. That is little nav map that I've got from his collection. Here's one that's not flying related, but probably when he was on leave, going to a baseball game at Wrigley Field in Chicago, 1943, which was when he was just getting his training started. Probably on leave here, came back home. We live in Iowa. He lived in southwest Iowa, so there he is in his flight jumpsuit from King City. Another one. This is one of his buddies at King City. Primary training. Standing in front of the Ryan PT-22. Another couple friends. and the on the flight line. And another one of his buddies. I'm not sure if this is where this was taken. Phoenix, Arizona, looks like. I don't know. I think he sent this to him after the war. Another one from 43 at King City. Posing in the PT-22. There's my dad in the front seat. I think this was another trainee buddy of his. Seemed like there was one of these, and I don't think it got into the collection that he took the picture with was his flight instructor. One of his buddies died in a P-39. Not sure if that was in combat or if it was in training. Seems like my dad said it was in training. A couple of duplicates here. I don't know if they slipped in here, but one of his buddies, King City. His dad at King City. And a color version of the Ryan PT-22, which is why I picked this airplane today, which is a Ryan aircraft made by Ryan Aircraft Manufacturing. Not a plane that he flew and not a trainer, but still made by Ryan. Kodak moment here. Snap a picture of that with the clouds. And then bring back the labels, hopefully. So yeah, Mark 362. If you have not hit the follow button, if this looks interesting, this is just the second installment of what will be 13 separate installments. They will be there will be longer flights. The next one after Chico will be back down to Stockton, California, where he was in advanced and where he got his wings. And then from Stockton, we'll be, after that week, we'll be flying from Stockton down to Hobbs, New Mexico. Yes, actually the Stearmans were a common trainer at the time. It just so happens that he did not, whatever air bases he was at, did not have the Stearmans. I don't know if they were transitioning to a single wing at the time and phasing out the Stearmans, but I know the Stearmans were used quite commonly in several of the bases. He just didn't happen to land on any base that had him. So the plane he flew at Chico for primary, for basic, was the Vultee BT-13. They called it the Vultee vibrator because it shook so much. And I've got pictures of that, so stick around for the next installment next week. And our flight from Chico down to Stockton, I think I'm going to fly the AT-6, North American trainer that's now available in the Reno Air Race mod add-on. And I'm probably going to fly it because he does have some time in the AT-6. We started out last week flying from Santa Ana up to King City. Santa Ana was where his pre-flight or basic training was. where they kind of learned military life. They did a lot of physical training, calisthenics, marching, learning the ins and outs of Army life. Angry says, picked up a VOR signal finally. It was only a 40-mile range. Wow. And that was the first flight last week. So definitely Mark 362. If this looks interesting, you want to follow along. There's a link to my Discord right above your post there. Definitely click on the link. Join in the Discord channel. That's where you'll get all the updates of when the different flights are. I do other flights on a weekly basis also. I'm in the middle of a multi-flight following the Pan American Highway in leg 22, maybe even higher, 25, can't remember. But I usually fly that on a Monday or Tuesday night in an X Cub. And right now I'm in Honduras in Central America. So catching some turbulence. I switched back to a few clouds and regular weather. So definitely click on that Discord link there up in the chat. It comes up every now and then. And follow along on my Discord channel. Catch all the updates. Oh, we're way off. We got to come back to the northerly path here. Yeah, it was, it's getting, that eddy is getting stronger. It was 19 when I jumped out of live weather. Do a big correction here. Back to the north more. Catch our flight path. Polo, Scarmath, and F. Warbird. Closest is I'm right over Medlock Field. Off to the right just a little bit. Medlock Field, 69 Charlie Lima. Sacramento International is up ahead of me to the right. And Watts Woodland 041 is up ahead to the left. CL. 69 CL is the closest. Yep. Just slightly in front. Yeah. You haven't popped in. You were in a little bit earlier, but when I hit my backspace and take out the tags, sometimes it takes a while for the tags to fill back in. There we go. Now we're getting back on. Just past KWOO. Not seeing KWOO. Huh. Left. Okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. Gotcha. I'm drifting off since I can't see anything. There you go. Up ahead to the left. Yep. Um, Name tags, unfortunately, are still pretty much borked. I was thinking that was going to get fixed. Hoping that was going to get fixed. Ain't done it. Up ahead to the left. There we go. Zamora. The extra distance to the VOR should get us to Chico together. Yep. I'm climbing. I'm back up to 7,000 feet. Do not need to be that high. I'm down a little bit. Oop, I'll go that way. There we go. I get back to my northerly heading there. A little bit more. There we go. That'll get me over to my magenta line again. So. Yeah, when we go after Stockton, after we get out of the California Central Valley, the flights are going to be longer. But I'm going to switch to the Baron because of the longer flights. I'll have a faster airplane, but I've got a livery for it that that you guys will see. That'll be period correct. I had somebody a few months ago do a livery for me for the Baron twin. I wanted to keep all the airplanes to piston engine to be kind of try to stay period correct. And then I was really relieved when the DC-6 came out that there's a 4-engine radial piston engine plane. So on the long flights, from when they get their ferry assignment at Kearney, no hyperdrives. No. About as hyper as it's going to get is water injection, warp drives. Scotty, I need warp 9 immediately or we're all going to die. Can't get no more powder, Captain. They're giving it all she's got. Flux capacitors. Marty, it's your kids. It's your kids, Marty. Where are we at? There's 7,000. All right, it seems like it wants to fly at 7,000 feet. We'll let it have its way then. I make sure that the Foxtrot capacitor. that's awesome. I gotta remember that one. We gotta remember that one for the next Flox stream. The Foxtrot capacitor. A lot of farmland through here. Amazing how much there is. Stealthy boat. Polo, red eye. There's Angry. Off to my left a little bit. Finally popped back in. Down at about 2,000 feet. 2,100. And it's like we've got Sweaty Wharf. Another amusing tag name. Love it. For all you viewers out there, definitely if you like what you're seeing, we're doing a series of flights that stop at all the training bases that my dad trained at for being a bomber pilot in World War II. Angry says, my cousin lived in Chico. The first year I competed in the Santa Cruz Masters Cup, visited 3 years ago. Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, there were other, I think, other major airfields up the California Valley and all over the United States for that matter. The Southwest, there was a lot in Texas. The Southeast had a lot. Florida had a lot. There was all of these small little training air bases all along the way. Let's see how we're doing here. We drifted a little bit. I'm going to get back to north. Bet we've crossed over we're getting close. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. Drift back over to 330. Let's check our fuel situation here. Half a tank on the center. The other link that keeps popping up there is the 100th Bomb Group Foundation. That was the bomb group that Dad flew with. And they now have they have had for years, a great following and a great website. Click on that 100th Bomb Group, 100thbg.com for a lot of thousands of period photos from the time at the base, from family members and original vets. They have a reunion that happens every other year, different locations. This year it was just recently, it was at Fort Worth, Texas. The next one in 2 years will be in Savannah, Georgia, where the National 8th Air Force Museum is. And I think at this last reunion, there was about half a dozen, maybe 8 original vets that showed up. And these guys are all into their upper 90s and still traveling and tough as nails. These guys are. Had the privilege to meet a lot of them over the years. I went to a lot of the bomb group reunions with my dad when he was alive up until 2008. And then I've been to about 4 or 5 now since my dad has passed. But Great family. So definitely click on that link. It's 100thbombgroup.com. And also, if you're even more further interested, they have a wonderful quarterly magazine published. That's for a $35 annual membership. You get the quarterly magazine and lots of stories about missions and each of the different squadrons within the bomb group, and what life was like at Thorpe Abbotts, the base in England where they were stationed. If you're interested in that kind of history, definitely check that website out. Angry still off to my left there. Good. But here at Splasher 6 Flight Sim, I do a couple other regular streams. One of them is a Pan American Highway journey that I'm on, south to north. I'm on about the 22nd leg, and I'm in Honduras right now, headed north, following the Pan American Highway that stretches from the tip of South America to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. We do that about 3 mics and turn direct to KCIC. 3 mics. 3 mics. You'll have to clue me in on that. Miles. Oh, sorry. Gotcha. Are you going to pick up another radial? I never looked. Is there a VOR close to Chico? Just outbound. Okay, gotcha. This is going to be interesting. I think I have turned off my markers. Adjustment to the left here for airports. So we're going to have to keep our eye on little nav map to look for the Chico Airport. Seamus McNeil in the house. Welcome. Greetings, all. Hope the day is treating everyone well. Well, so far the sim has been happy. It's been a happy sim so far. It's been treating us pretty good here at Splasher 6 Flight Sim, I must say. Today we're on the second leg of the Cadet Training Series. I think you had stopped in last week. Seamus says, I've done the update. Just need to get my controls sorted out. Yeah, if you're following the Discord comments and stuff, you'll probably learn there's a few. There's a couple 3 bugaboos that'll probably be on the sim once you boot it up. One is the world map, not being able to scroll with the world map, but I think that is a mouse setting in controls. There's several videos out now of getting that sorted out. And then I think some people have reported that there's settings it wants to go back to. Let's see, what was it? assistance options. If you're watching there, Seamus, um, your assistance options will want to default back to easy. So keep an eye out for that. Angry says he's had no map issues. Yeah, mine was locked up when I first got it, but it's an easy fix. It is an easy fix. I'm doing pretty good here. Take this little mountain range off to our left. All right. And again, Stream Elements has I've programmed in my Discord link. I'll remind everybody, if you're new to the channel, hit follow, and then click on the Discord link there and join my Discord channel, please. That's where we get all the updates and the latest information on what's going on with my latest flights. Viper Strike popping back in. Another couple guys that are part of the streaming community. Got a lot of people probably around the San Francisco airspace behind us there. Viper Strike, checking back in. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see, are we close to Lodi? Lodi was somewhere up here. Oh, Yuba City. Yuba City, off to the right there. Hey, there's Dale. Welcome in, Dale. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. The Dale is here. Flying our second leg of our cadet training series. Oh, we have a little bit of let's see. The Dale last time was having some CTD issues. I think he fixed it. Was flying with Forder for 3 or 4 hours today. No CTDs. Awesome. Great news. I remember you talking about that when you were flying with me last time. Glad to hear that's fixed. Bad. Few minutes in the main menu and it crashed. Yikes. So, what did you do, that you think solved the problem? Hopefully there was something that you tried or did. Sometimes I don't know what I do, to fix a problem. It's like, well, let's see. Well, got a new job recently. Congrats. That's always That's always good news. So don't really have time or really want to troubleshoot. I hear you on that. So just formatted the SSD that had MSFS on it and reformatted Windows, and it worked. Good. Good. Yeah. So far, I've heard sometimes that if you don't want to load an SSD to more than 75% capacity, 75 or 80% capacity, that bad things can start happening. Don't know if it's any truth to it. Haven't experienced it myself, but I've read that a couple places. Course here, and off a little bit. What is airport altitude at Chico? Still got a ways to go, but 222 feet. So we're, yeah, okay. Let's see. 240. Gotcha. Let's see, back up to Dale. He says, yeah, I've heard that too. I know power supplies work most efficiently at around 50 to 75%, 70%. Probably the same deal as SSD. Yeah. Seamus says it's called over-provisioning, and it allows the SSD space to move data around and reduce wear. There's a limited amount of read-writes on an SSD. I do the same, mate. Yes. Highly recommended. Yeah. That is why I bought a second SSD. MDV. Can't think of the letters. But I've got two 1 terabyte NVM M.2s. M.2s on my motherboard. And I moved, I try to keep the SIM on one of them. I'm going straight in on 31R. Okay, 10-4. I need to start descending because I really don't need to be at 7,000 feet. Maybe try to get underneath these clouds. That is also probably what I will do, is go straight in on 31. Been down at 2,500. Gotcha. Start a 500 foot per minute descent rate here. Maintain that. Nice. Probably get back over to the left. Yes. I got to clear those airspaces. Right. With my Ryan pea shooter. It'll be our secret, Seamus. No problem. No problem. It'll be our secret. It's record button. Beal was safe above 4,100. Gotcha. Same with San Francisco, Sacramento. Gotcha. Okay, let's make sure. So I was good. Cool. Oh, this track will be just perfect. Coming in on 31. Perfect. I'm just going to stay right here. Trying to keep my nose between 330 and 360. Should be good. The plane I am in, not sure if that comes up, is the Ryan S1R, A1R. And I can't remember if this was a payware. It's not through the sim, but I either got it on FlightSim.2 or Sim Market. And I love it. For a little mono wing, it's real docile. It'll fly along at about 100 knots. It's like a single wing Stearman. Yeah, and it's well appointed. I mean, it doesn't have nav, but it's got comm. Doesn't have autopilot. It's a 30s vintage type of aircraft. Simple to fly. I picked it because it's made by Ryan Aircraft, which is there's Captain Seppi in the air above ahead of me. It's made by Ryan Aircraft, which is what the PT-22 was. The dad flew in primary. Yes, got it right that time. Primary. Yeah. Yep. It would have been pretty equivalent to what Dad flew in primary with the PT-22, except I think this has some sort of inline engine, whereas the PT-22 had a radial. And that 500 foot a minute drop. Captain Seppi up in the air ahead of us. 28 Arrow. I'm thinking right. It's either the Arrow or the Warrior. Yep. Which I do not have. I have not gotten the Arrow or the Warrior yet. Just hasn't been on my list. I do want to get the V-tail Bonanza though. that's probably going to be after the first of the month. I spent, shot all my money on the Reno, $60 Reno add-on because I wanted to get the, I used to own one. Awesome. In the same livery I'm flying. Super. I remember you saying you had your PPL and you were a pilot. That's cool. You have somebody do the livery up for you? There's lots of no. Uh, there's lots of livery add-ons. Standard livery. Oh, gotcha. Cool. Cool. I know once they came out, there was a plethora of developers that came out with new liveries. I was trying to get one of the guys to do one for Phlox because his dad had an Arrow, but they never got hooked up. Oh. It was the same guy who did my liveries for you'll be seeing them for the Baron and for the DC-6 when I fly them on this series. Sure, I'm checking my map on a regular basis here. Looks like pretty good. Maybe a little bit to the left more. Zeroing in on Chico, California. So yeah, Dad flew at Chico for primary flight. The BT-13 Volt-T basic trainer. BT-13, it was called the Valiant. Called the Valiant. I should look in his, I've got his logbook here, but we'll do that when we get there for next week's flight. When we go there from Chico. Passing through 3,000. Got Angry One Horn up ahead to the left. Capacepi. Flying along. Nice to have you all with me. Railroad, I can keep off my right nose. That line right there. Take me right to the airport. All right, 2,500 feet. Let's goose her up to 20 inches of manifold pressure. See if we can level that out a little bit. Let up the trim downward. Come on. Back up. Just got your approach clearance for straight in on 31R. Super. Gotta get my nose pointed. My nose to the left of that railroad track. I think if I still descend a little bit, maybe down around 2000. A little bouncy for just being on a few clouds. I didn't notice. I don't think there's an ILS for Chico, is there? Not that it matters for my plane, but doesn't look like Chico has an ILS. 13 has one. Oh, okay. Cool. L has one. Okay. So I'm following the railroad track until it crosses over the highway. By that time, I should be in sight of the airport. All right. Now I've lost the railroad track. Where are we at? There we go. There we go. Oh, Phlox is back in. Says, whew, yard work is done. Even helped out our neighbor and used my blower in their rose bed. Nice. And driveway, so many leaves, so little time. Well, we're getting close to Chico. Probably about 5 miles out. Maybe probably a little more than 5 miles out. Dale says hi. Yeah, treetop drops a lot of leaves, huh? Keeping those railroad tracks off to the right of our nose. Keeping our nose to the left of the tracks. A little bouncy. Surprising. Get in this helicopter and blow those leaves. Now I'm starting to see the flashing of the airport. Apron of the airport. Looks like Angry's going off to the right a little bit to back off here a little bit. I don't want to overrun you. You go ahead and go in first, Angry. I'm starting to see the runway approach, so I'm going to do what you're doing here. The landing lights on, taxi lights on all the time there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nose up. Down and not paying attention to my flight path here. Towered Airport? Yeah, I believe it is. see, 1,500 feet. Stay down there around 1,500. Gotcha. 10-4. It is Towered Airport. 10-4. Oh, and you just disappeared. Got it. Captain Seppi's back there still. $1,500 feet. Let's just kind of hold tight here. Oh, that's why I had to request landing. Gotcha. Well, unfortunately, in my view, you have disappeared. It's been doing that to me. Now you're back. Okay. Curious, has anybody heard Sobo acknowledge the disappearing multiplayer issue and is a fix in the works? I haven't. Maybe somebody else can jump in. Affirmative, Captain Seppi. Straight in on 31. R. I forgot there was parallel runways here. Are there parallel runways? There is a 31L. All right. On 31R. I know. I'm not worthy. Hey, we got a follow from Mario on PS. Thank you for the follow, Mario. That is a little nav map. Yes, Seamus. Oh, it's I mean, there's other choices out there. I mean, that are probably better. Navigraph, but it's subscription base. If you're more into formal flying, there's plates, but for us non-PPL flyers, little nav map is a valuable tool for sure. This is interesting. 31R doesn't show up as much as Phillipson 272. Thank you. So when I flew this earlier, this is what I was confused about. I came in the same. And the VASI lights is 31R. All right. I'm headed for the big long runway. Now all of a sudden she wants to fly fast. A little slippy slip. On. There we go. Now we're talking. I don't think this does have flaps. I forgot about that. I was thinking it didn't have flaps. I think it stalls somewhere around 60. Bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce. Right rudder. Right rudder, right rudder. All right. Not too bad for an amateur. Laps up. Clear the runway. Everybody else come in. I do not see you, Angry. I don't know. We'll go up towards the... I'm going to head towards the tower, control tower. Do my parking there. Hope I'm not cutting anybody off. Yeah, because you have totally disappeared. Doggone it. Corsair. Cardboard spit. You know 172? You're in a 172. But I'm not seeing one around here. All right. Any of you can see me on the... All right. There. Let's see. This thing does not have brakes. So pull the mixture back. Key off. Power off. Lights and everything off. Wait for everybody to come in. Cap Seppi, I think, was on final. He's behind me, I think. And I'm still not seeing Angry. Doggone it. Cap Seppi taxiing in there. Catch a shot there. A couple spots to my left. Doggone it. I got a million other people, but not you. I can see Captain Seppi. Squishy squish. These names. Oh, because Captain Seppi can see angry, but okay. That's okay. Should. See, I got Captain Seppi over here. Little Angry's on stealth mode. All right, Captain, you're looking like a bonanza, but I should get the arrow. There you go, buddy. Come back here. I knew I had that stealth 172, right? Jeez, I need to get into my controls and back down the level of vehicles, support vehicles on the. Well, now you're showing up. Now all of a sudden you're showing up. Better get this quick. Back up far enough so your tags show up. Hopefully. Yeah. Super. Captain Seppi's tag not showing up. That's okay. Let's see. Maybe I can get around a different angle here. Yep. The old sim can be pretty cranky at times. There's Captain Seppi. There we go. All right. Got your tag in there. All right. Well, we'll wind it on down. Look, let's see. Let's look for somebody to raid. Thank you guys so much for tagging along on flight number 2. Stealth spell only lasts for a certain amount of time. I know. Pops in and out. So thanks everyone so much for flying along and following along, and the couple of follows we got there on the way. Definitely go to the Discord channel and smash on the Discord. Join the Discord channel. You'll get the time for the next flight next week, 1 p.m. Central. I believe that's 1800 Zulu. And we'll do the next leg going from Chico down to Stockton, California. Another short leg, but we'll continue on to advanced flight training. So with that, let's look for a raid. I'm gonna pause the music. Get that out of the way. There. And hang on through the raid. And let's see who we've got. Flights with Joel. Let's show Flights with Joel some love here. I know he's rated me once or twice, and so we're gonna drop in on. Oh, he's not started yet. In 1 minute and 18 seconds. Okay. Let's go back and see who else actually is flying, and maybe we can hang on for Flights with Joel, because he has rated me, and I would love to return the favor. If you guys hang on for 1 minute and 18 seconds. As long as he hasn't violated you. No. No, he's a good Joe. He's a good Joel. Does a lot of oh, thanks, Viper. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Yeah, Tomo's World is live too. Um, I am also friends with him. But I owe one back for Flights with Joel. He rated me a couple of weeks ago, and the countdown is not showing. I don't know why I'm getting a Google commercial. Yeah, here he is. Let's start the raid.